Happy Friday, folks. This is Courtney Rice, WWT's Media and PR Princess. And I'm pretty sure you guys are wondering why am I here? And normally I'd be doing watch-alongs on AEW on Wednesday nights. But since Honey's not here, my sister, I figured I'd fill in for her to do a special edition of Honeynight Smackdown. And I'm super excited. You know what it is. It's Friday. It's SmackDown. So, of course, it's going to be a good show. So, kicking off SmackDown, they're showing footage from last week's season premiere because, like myself, everybody thought it was going to be 3 hour SmackDown. So I said, okay, that's fine. But we all got gypped. So, we're going to have to enjoy it for 2 hours. So, I will be with you for the next 2 hours. I am super excited. And we are on the road to Bad Blood. And come on, it's Friday night. So I'm very excited on this. But of course, during the opening package, they're just showing a recap from, as I mentioned last week on SmackDown, between the steel cage match between Cody Rhodes and Solo Sikoa. And of course, we see the return of the original tribal chief, Roman Reigns, where unfortunately, well, it's going to get interesting because now it's going to be a tag team match at Bad Blood. It will at Bad Blood where Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns will team with each other. Aw, thanks, Boza. I'm very happy to continue the watch along for Friday Night SmackDown. So this is going to be exciting. But yeah, right now they're just showing the video package from last week. But as I go forward, last week was the season premiere of SmackDown. And I'm very excited. I'm actually excited for the match card about to happen. Of course, we're going to get a little aftermath from Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns because earlier today they were at Georgia. They were in Georgia, and apparently there was an encounter that they had that was a little bit too intense. So we'll be seeing a lot more footage of that. As Nick Alda said, and if you were watching WWT live, we have a tag team match, a tornado tag team match between Queen Nia Jax, the women's champion, and Miss Money in the Bank Princess Tiffany Stratton will take on Bailey and Naomi. And pretty much the stipulation is this: if Bailey or Naomi pin Nia Jax or Tiffany, one of them has the opportunity to get a title shot. However, if one of them is pinned, they have to leave SmackDown forever. And that is going to be very interesting. And then, of course, with the tag team match, we also have a United States Championship match. Mr. LA Knight will be taking on, oh God, I forgot. Will be in action tonight, so he'll be defending his title. And they're going to be showing, they're going to be showing the face-to-face between Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes. So that's going to be exciting. And here comes Bloodline earlier today, the tag team champions, and along with Jacob Fatu. And I guess they're giving a hard time for security reasons. So I feel so bad for the guy that has to handle Jacob Fatu. Oh, and of course, Jacob Fatu's doing what he do best. He's handling security. That guy is an animal. I will say he is an animal. So as Solo is here acting like a child, he explained, yeah, that is true, which is very odd because Cody is trying to get away from the bloodline and do some storylines, but unfortunately he's riled back in by Solo because he demands that he needs a title shot. And fortunately, there's a lot of other superstars in the back that do deserve a title shot. And it looks like, and we are going to kick it off with a US title match and seeing Mr. LA Knight. I feel I feel like anytime the crowd goes nuts for LA Knight, it just it's just so eccentric. And even when he won the US title at SummerSlam, all the fans were on their feet. So I'm enjoying LA Knight's reign. I just hope it's a memorable reign and it kind of sticks out a little bit longer and it's not hot potato. But I'm happy he is putting out some of these open challenges because he wants to say, I'm a champion, I'm here to defend my title, and that's it. So kudos to LA Knight. I just love it when the fans chant LA Knight, yeah. Yep, and just to let you know, Smackdown is in beautiful Sacramento, California. And LA Knight, he's always ready to go, LA Knight. He's ready to go. He's excited, he's happy, and this is gonna be a good match. And what a way to kick off SmackDown. And here comes Andrade. This is actually gonna be a really fun match, but I would not be shocked if it ended up in shenanigans because don't be shocked if you see Carmelo Hayes trying to screw Andrade because I feel like their feud is still not over from last week. So I would be very careful of watching Carmelo Hayes trying to interfere in the match. We could be getting Andrade 2 belts. Andre is the WWE. Yeah, it will be a fun match. And yes, little known fact, Andrade is the current WWE Speed Champion. So he could have 2 belts going into this match. Aw, thank you. Yeah, she couldn't, but I'm happy to be supported any way I can. I'm filling in for my WWT sister Honey tonight, hosting a special edition of Friday Night SmackDown. Normally, you would catch me every Wednesday night doing watch alongs for AEW Dynamite, but I figured tonight I'll hold the fort and entertain you guys for the next 2 hours. And if you are joining in, we're going to kick off with a U.S. Championship match between LA Knight and Andrade. And this is how you kick off the SmackDown. But as I said earlier, don't be shocked if Carmelo Hayes comes and tries to screw probably Andrade. Yeah, so Andrade trying to get LA Knight to shake his hand, which is good. It's sports and light shift. Yeah. So they had a mutual shaking their hands and WWT left Honey's watch party in good hands. Courtney is the yeah, thank you. As I mentioned, normally I'm on Wednesdays, and also a lot of people don't. As I mentioned this many times, I've been watching professional wrestling since I was 12. I started with WWE back in 2002, and then I ventured out a bit where I watched TNA Impact from 2003 to 2005. Um, I'm very happy TNA is back on TV again. Of course, WWE. I started watching AEW back in 2022, and I actually recently started watching NXT again. So it is a good year to be a wrestling fan all around. And it's actually just in commercials. And also, I want everybody to put in the chat on who you want to see win this U.S. title match. Do you want to see LA Knight still retain, or do you want Andrade to win the title? And also, as I mentioned earlier, we did kick off with a package from last week's match between Solo Sikoa and Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship. Also, we did see earlier the Bloodline, they're wreaking havoc after getting embarrassed last week, so who knows what chaos they're gonna do that. Hold on. Yo, Sindel, I am not Honey tonight. She could not be here today, so as her WWT sister, I am filling in for her tonight for Smackdown. And this is going to be a good show. As I mentioned, we are kicking off with a US title match with LA Knight and Andrade. And this is going to be a really banger of a match with these two athletes. And feel like they're at the prime of their careers. LA Knight, he has been wonderful as our United States champion and really putting out a challenge to anytime, any place, to anybody out there. So I'm hoping he does have a really good storyline moving forward for during his reign as United States champion. And also, I'm also want to hear from you guys as well. As I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, we have a big tornado tag team match featuring some of the top ladies on SmackDown. It is Queen Nia, the women's champion, with her Money in the Bank Miss Miss Money in the Bank Princess Tiffany Stratton taking on Bailey and Naomi. And I want you to put in the chat, and we're going to be talking about this during the night. Who would you like to see win that tag team match, and who is going to leave SmackDown forever? So feel free to put it in the chats right now. SmackDown, it's going to be fun with Friday night, and just waiting for I'm just waiting for SmackDown to come back on TV. These commercials, these goddamn commercials are they can be so tiring because just when the match is about to start, the commercials hit. So it's like, ugh, God, my God. So I'm just waiting for the commercials. Of course, they're going to show a little bit of NBC. And also, if you're a football fan, make sure to watch Sunday Night Football between the Chiefs and the Falcons, and that should be a good one, especially after Kirk Cousins got a huge victory over the Eagles. And we turn back our attention to the United States Championship between LA Knight and Andrade, and it looks like Andrade is trying to get the upper hand here on LA Knight. Yeah, it's kind of even where both of them are kind of going to the crowd. I think Tiffany. I mean, it's a possibility, but it's too soon for Tiffany. I think it's a little bit too soon. So I kind of really want that storyline to build a little bit. So we shall see. We shall see what happens in that big women's tag team match because this is women's wrestling talk, and we advocate for all the ladies of professional wrestling. But let's see. Ooh, I'm very one, two. Kick out by LA Knight. And they're showing the replay of it. Like, he did amazing crossbody. And Andrade is putting a headlock onto LA Knight. So he's got him locked in pretty good. Andrade and LA Knight is trying to reverse it. Okay, LA Knight's out of it. Clothesline by Andrade. Ooh, LA Knight. LA Knight's starting to get the upper hand. I feel like both of these guys are playing really good offense, and this will be a better match. And like I said, be on the lookout for Carmelo Hayes because I would not be shocked if he tried to interfere in this match. Both of them get to the announcer's table. It's hitting Andrade on the announce table. I get a kick out of it. Anytime he's hitting Andrade on the announce table, everybody says, "Yeah, yeah." Oh, yeah. Hi, Hassan. Here, I'm doing good. I mean, it's Friday night. I'm happy to spend it with all of you tonight on SmackDown, which is a week after their season premiere. And we're kicking off with the United States title, cover 1-2, Andrade out between Mr. LA Knight, the megastar, and Andrade. And so far, this match is really solid. And it's a really nice way to kick off SmackDown. You really showcase two of the uprising of SmackDown. I just hope we see my girls Lo and Kari tonight to confront the Titans after. Well, that could be a possibility because Io Sky picked up a huge win against Bianca Belair. She picked up a huge win, so their rivalry is not far from over. And focus on that. Ooh, ooh, LA Knight takes the medal onto the ring. Ooh, Andrade, what's he gonna do here? I think he looks like he can do a moonsault. And oh my goodness, moonsault standing on his feet. Oh well, thankfully it's not going to commercial. This is actually going to picture in picture, which I like because they still have the match going, but at the same time, I can't stand it with the commercials. And they do the same thing with AEW, which I can't stand because that kind of takes away the atmosphere of the match. And I'm just like, okay, but I'm happy the match is still going. LA Knight is like laid out. And Andrade, he's looking at the belt. He wants to be United States champion. It could happen today. But I would love for LA Knight to retain. I want his reign to keep going. I don't want his win at SummerSlam to be like a waste. Did you know Io Sky has the only positive match record against Bianca? 3 wins, 2 DQs, and 2 losses. No, I did not know that, and thank you for letting me know, Sindel. And I believe they mentioned this on Raw too, where they have met in the past, but I don't think they were too strategic about the record. But that's good to know as well that Io Sky has the upper hand against the EST of WWE, Miss Bianca Belair. And seeing the match right here, Andrade. He looks like he's gonna do like a high fly maneuver, but pin 1, 2, kick out by LA Knight, shopping, LA Knight, LA. Oof, 1, 2, LA Knight out. He had a slow time getting up too. And Andre has him in a head. See if he's gonna break out of Andrade's headlock. Ooh, what a kick by Andrade. 1, 2, kick up by LA Knight. Also another set. Io is also 4-0 against Rhea Ripley. Talk about caliber. I actually did not know that she was undefeated against Rhea. And that's good to know on that one. Thank you, Sindel, for that trivia. Io Sky undefeated against Rhea Ripley. That's also a fun stat to know. I feel like these two are going to go down to the wire. Andrade and LA Knight. And Andrade is giving multiple punches out to LA Knight. LA Knight's showing some offense finally, throwing some few punches, trying to get some energy, trying to get energy from the fans in Sacramento, California. Ooh, counter by Andrade. Okay. Yeah, it just seems way too evenly in this match. It's like people have the upper hand. Oh my goodness. Andrade, I feel like he's not breaking a sweat in this match. He like jumps himself up so quickly. It's like, oh, that's okay. I'm not breaking a sweat. And also, people tend to forget since he came back. Just remember, Andrade was also a former United States champion, so don't think he's no slouch. Ooh, try to get a use on some DDT by LA Knight. Cover 1, 2, kick out by Andrade. Yeah, Andrade held it in the early days of the pandemic. He's also, yep. And oh yeah, it's shaping up to be a good pay-per-view, but there's more storylines to come. And so far, it's shaping up to be a good card because this is going to be a really good match right before Survivor Series. And ooh, focusing on the match, Andrade really nice. Hi, Bobby. Thanks for being on tonight's watch along. Um, Normally, Honey would be doing Friday Night Smackdown, but since she's unable to do it, I'm stepping in. Normally, you would see me on Wednesday night doing AEW Dynamite watch along, but I'm filling in for her because, of course, it's Friday night and it's SmackDown. So why not? And if you're just tuning in right now, we are having a very entertaining and solid US championship match between Andrade and LA Knight. And it looks like both of them are so even. I don't even know which one is going to take it. That was a really good move. Move off, try to save it, and then does it again. Andrade's looking like he was this close. This close. They got all the fans on their feet. Andrade's getting the fans on their feet. Oh, knees to the turnbuckle. 1, 2, kick out by LA Knight. These guys are really solid. Awesome, Bobby. That's awesome. You're gonna be watching Rampage tonight. Yes, because SmackDown Friday nights are not just on SmackDown, also AEW Rampage, and also tomorrow, Saturday nights, mean AEW Collision. Hopefully you'll be able to watch Rampage tonight. I actually DVR'd Rampage because normally it gets a little crazy because Friday nights and Saturday nights can be crazy, but usually I DVR it and try to watch it in between because of course Sunday is NFL football, so I try to at least watch it before the next episode of Dynamite to catch up to speed. And look, LA Knight, he's getting the crowd going. Top rope, elbow drop. Is he gonna go for BFT? He wants to put him away. BFT? 1, 2, kick out by LA Knight. Ooh, that was a kick. 2. Oh, LA Knight. I saw the Hikaru. Yeah, she is. There was a clip of not to get too crazy into not to going crazy within I'm not gonna go too crazy with what happened on Dynamite, but yeah, Harley Cameron was doing an interview with Lexi Nair, and she was kind of defending Soraya, and also Hikaru Shida came in and she wanted to challenge her, so that's gonna be a fun match. And also, I'm very proud of Harley Cameron because she improved on wrestling wise, and hopefully she has a good storyline when they head into Grand Slam in Australia of 2025. I wonder if they keep Collision on Saturdays. I believe they are gonna keep it on Saturday nights because most of the shows that they do are live. Ooh, and just to let you know, we wrapped up, and still your United States champion is LA Knight. And I'm really shocked would have come out considering the rivalry he has with I thought Carmelo Hayes would come out considering the rivalry that he has with Andrade. Good kudos to LA Knight. He's still your United States champion. I'm hoping his reign is still memorable. So I don't know who's gonna be next in line, but the road to blood is shaping up to be a good one, and I'm excited to see what happens is for the rest of the night. But Sindel, going back to your point, I do believe they're going to keep Collision on Saturdays, considering some of them are live. But it gets a little crazy when it's pay per view because some pay per views for the Mania of the Year are on Saturdays. So sometimes they do tapings on not just Saturdays, but they do tapings on Thursday and Friday. So at least it gives flexibility for some of the wrestlers where they don't have to wait till Saturday. So that would be really fun. Saturday nights, count me in. I mean, people could do Collision, they could do Saturday night's main event, but I don't know. Only time will tell. I can see Collision. It's a possibility that they could be moved up. I mean, hey, more wrestling on a Saturday night, that's a win-win for me. And also, if you did not see, it's a sign. I just seen a sign of respect between Andrade and LA Knight. So it's nice to see like they do have mutual respect for each other before and after the match. But solid match between the both of them. But still, your U.S. champion is LA Knight, and they are showing highlights from last week's Rumble between the women's champion Queen Nia and Miss Money in the Bank Tiffany Stratton against Bailey and Naomi. So they're showing the promo that they did. So I'm excited. So so of course you're doing a promo of Tiffany and Nia. And I think Nia looks like our queen looks like she maybe be a little bit annoyed by the way Tiffany is saying how she get her nails done, but that's who she is. She's Princess Tiffany. Basically, our queen is a little nervous now that Sir Nicholas. Well, yeah, I mean, hey, it's gonna be a physical match between all four of those ladies, and plus, yes, it's nice to see. And plus, this is WWT Women's Talk, so we get to advocate for the ladies, and it's nice to see the ladies back on the main event spot, especially on the TV weekly show. And up next, after commercial, it'll be a face to face between Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes. And also, I'm just seeing the commercial for. Oh, thank you, thank you. This is Betty Boop. My parents used to listen to her way back. My mom actually loves Betty Boop. That's actually one of my favorite characters too, because I'm happy they still have her merchandise. And also, if you missed it, they just air the commercial for Saturday night's main event going to Long Island, New York in December. And is everybody excited for Saturday night's main event? I didn't watch the original Saturday night's main event, but I did watch the revival version of it. So I'm very excited, and I'm happy some of the commercials still have the 80s aesthetic feeling to it. And I did see one of the commercials, they use a song from the 80s, which is really nice, just bringing that aesthetic feel back into Saturday night. So I'm excited that it's coming back. And I mean, what good way to do wrestling is on a Saturday night? Maybe LA Knight does an open challenge at NXT Talent, except that's a possibility. I mean, the next not next week, but the following week, NXT has their live dates in Chicago and St. Louis. So I would not be shocked if LA Knight didn't make an appearance on NXT and probably on the one of those nights issues an open challenge to anybody in the back from NXT. I mean, we're seeing A Town Down Under challenge the NXT Tag Team Champions to a match. Javon Evans, he's going to be wrestling Randy Orton in St. Louis. So there's a lot of speculation that could happen, but there will be a lot more to come next Tuesday on NXT on the USA Network. So I'm just waiting for commercial to hit because we all know what's next. We're gonna see Cody Rhodes. We're gonna see Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. So I'm just eagerly waiting to see what that promo. I know on WWE Talk the description of Marina was brought up. Rifle selection saying he has 18. Yep. Yep. We did talk about Miro's contract because he wants to request a release from AEW, and I don't know what's gonna happen in that, but it's pretty much in his court at the end of the day. I don't know. I mean, if he has 18 months on his left, I mean, I don't see why not. If he wants to get a release early, so be it. And I know people are saying he should come back to WWE because they have the Rusev trademark. That could be something. Also, it wouldn't hurt for him to branch out into other wrestling promotions like TNA, New Japan, Stardom. There's many other wrestling promotions he could test out before officially coming back to WWE. Or what if TNA wrestlers against LA Knight 2 on NXT? That would actually be really good because that would actually strengthen the partnership between NXT and TNA because you have that partnership, and I would totally use that as well. I mean, I kind of probably said this a couple weeks ago. Could we see the Hardys back on NXT? I mean, they're wrestling on TNA. It's a possibility. I would not mind seeing them back on NXT because that would make the fans go crazy, especially if you've been watching them in, since you were a kid like me. That would be epic. So I'm still waiting for that to happen because I want to see the Hardys make their appearance on NXT. Okay, so we're seeing from in the back, Andrade, of course, after that, he probably Carmelo Hayes is doing what Carmelo Hayes does best. Sometimes it's successful, but sometimes it costs him. And the rivalry between you can tell this rivalry between him and Andrade is far from over. And I would not be shocked if they have a match at Bad Blood. That would just be epic. I'm really see. I so yep, I hope to see. Yeah, it could be a possibility. Fingers crossed. I'm not losing hope on that. SmackDown ain't big for both Andrade and Mello. I could see loser leave SmackDown between those two. I don't think a loser leaves SmackDown because I feel like both of them do have important factors on SmackDown. But I would like to see them have a match of Bad Blood. That would actually be really, really cool to have. So, oh, okay. So this is Michael Cole and Corey Graves are going to show footage from the confrontation Roman and Cody had earlier today in Atlanta. So this should be really exciting. So I will say, whoever does video editing and cameras, and you got to show love to them because that is incredible. There comes out Roman Reigns in one of the cars. And we're just waiting for Cody Rhodes. And in the field of Georgia. Okay, so this red car has to be Cody. Okay, so this is Cody. And he's walking towards Roman Reigns. Hmm. Well, I will say that was a very intense full promo that Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns did. And just to recap, they got to see each other face to face. And also, look who's watching that promo. Kevin Owens. I guess Kevin Owens didn't have much to say, and it could possibly be a heel turn because he's probably thinking in his head, like, wait, we just fought the bloodline for the last couple years, and now you're teaming up with somebody within the. If Honey and Councilman's tribal chief had it his way, it would be 2-on-1 at Bad Blood. Cody will feel like the supporting character, even though he is. Well, yeah, that's true. I mean, look, a lot of it, it's just really interesting. It was a really good promo, but yeah, it's really hard. But for Roman to be 2-on-1, that's crazy. And yeah, Cody, considering he is the WWE champion, it does kind of feel like it. Because at first he didn't want to deal with the bloodline, but now he's back in. And even after WrestleMania, when he won the title, he thought he was done at the bloodline. He could focus on other storylines and get in to focus on AJ Styles, which for me, I wish that rivalry between him and AJ Styles would have lasted a little bit longer because I thought it was great. So yeah, that was a really good face off between Roman and Cody. Whoever is doing video production and music background for WWE, I got to give kudos to y'all because that is just incredible. And even all the wrestling promotions, it gets me so excited seeing promos that way and just seeing it tie in to storytelling, which I love. It's a good promo, but it feels like they didn't know how to plan SmackDown to not be Roman as champion after. Well, that is true because, well, I mean, after WrestleMania, I think a lot of people did not know what to do after Roman was champion, and that kind of really that kind of really took its toll. But um, going back, I did feel very weird having Cody back there because I thought he was done at the bloodline, which I don't know why they keep running him back in. Because for me, if it wasn't Cody, I wouldn't mind putting one of the top tier tag teams in there, like maybe DIY, the Street Profits. They could be really good, useful for them, but I don't know. Only time will tell. But I feel like it's a really good promo. It's going to be an interesting match. And if anybody did see Kevin Owens, he kind of looks a little bit, eh. So maybe a slight sign for a heel turn. Only time will tell, but the road to bad blood seems to get exciting, which we are pretty much only 2 weeks away. 2 weeks from tomorrow, Bad Blood will be in Atlanta. And as I mentioned earlier, if you have not caught in, this is Courtney Rice, WWT's media, PR, and media princess, and also the go-to gal for AEW. Normally, I would be doing my watch along. Normally, I'd be doing my watch along on All Elite Wednesday, every Wednesday night, doing AEW Dynamite. But since my sister Honey was not able to do it, I'm stepping in and doing my own special edition of Friday Night Smackdown. So I am very happy to see all of you tonight. And after that promo for Roman Reigns and Cody, I'm just getting eagerly excited for Black Blood. But we got more action to come because we're almost halfway through the first hour of SmackDown, and there's plenty of more action to come. Is that a special? Ooh, that's good to know. That's good to know that it's on a special start time. So that that's really good to know for anybody that wants to know that it will be on a special start time. And we'll see Kevin Owens. Yeah, so right now we see Apollo Crews back in action. It's always good to see Apollo Crews. Here's the thing that really kind of makes me upset with Apollo Crews and how they're treating him. He has killer athletic ability, killer athletic ability, but it's just the promos are a little bit shaky. We appreciate it. Yeah, I'm excited to do this watch along. I mean, it's Friday night, it's SmackDown, so I'm really excited, and I do appreciate you too, Bobby. Swag Kid, thank you for joining. Yeah, it's starting to get. I mean, after that promo, that is just good. So, right now we're kicking off with Apollo Crews and Giovanni. Weeks ago when he made his debut, Apollo Crews got a quick win over Da Vinci. It was like super quick. It was really super quick, literally, and it was just one. You know, so it felt like 5 seconds. So hopefully this redo of the match sees longer than 5 seconds. So I'm excited to see this match. This really is going to be a solid match. And of course, you hear Cody Ro- Cody Rhodes, Corey Graves ranting on in defense of Giovanni Da Vinci. Red Velvet was at Ring of Honor yesterday. Did it, yeah, it's nice to see that. And of course, definitely show love to Ring of Honor because I don't keep up a lot of it with Ring of Honor, but I know Tony purchased Ring of Honor, so it's nice to see Ring of Honor stars come into AEW along with AEW stars crossing over to Ring of Honor. So it's nice to see that capability and that relationship still stands strong. But going back to the match between Apollo and Giovanni Da Vinci, at least this lasts longer than 5 seconds. So you have Giovanni Da Vinci's trying to get the upper hand on Apollo Crews. And also, just to let you know, if you live in the Long Island, New York area, regarding Saturday night's main events, tickets are on sale now. So if you live in the New York area and if you want to see Saturday night's main event live, make sure to get your tickets because I have a feeling they're going to sell out pretty quick. So just a quick PSA reminder. Oh, look at this. One, two. Oh my goodness, Apollo's Crews got him again. My goodness. That's like 2 weeks in a row, Apollo Crews. Oh no, so after the match, oh, he beats up Apollo Crews. Yeah, it's gonna be yeah, it is. I mean, considering how would you feel if you got embarrassed, especially on your debut? How would you feel if you got embarrassed like 2, 3 weeks in a row? But I'm all in for this. I mean, it could be similar to Andrade and Carmelo Hayes. And it's nice to see show love to mid-card talent. That is something I'm very excited for, and I kind of wish they did push. Yes, you can't take anything away from some of the top tier stars, but you got to show love to your mid-card talent, and that's something I hope they do in the coming weeks, months, and leading into 2025. Here we see I I said, you leave Byron Saxton alone. I think he's trying to do his job, Byron Saxton. Byron's trying to do his good job as a backstager. And it looks like Kevin Owens is coming out to the ring and sharing his thoughts after seeing that promo between Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. So I'm very curious to hear what Kevin has to say and his thoughts. As I mentioned earlier, Kevin Owens has had long history with the bloodline, and seeing him and Cody team up to take on the new bloodline, well, we'll see what Kevin Owens has to say, get his thoughts in. But I do see a slow heel turn building up in the process after his reaction. So we'll see what happens. And I'm curious on what Randy Orton's reaction is, considering he also has history with Team New Bloodline. So those are two things you have to watch out for, not just tonight, but also in the coming week. I'm thinking WWE spilling. Yeah, that could be a possibility of Apollo Crews. I would not actually be mad about that. And it's great because if he starts continuing racking up more wins, it's just one thing I wish he did work on was his promos. Because I feel like sometimes he does smile a lot, but I don't feel like it's very true, authentic when he does promos. So that's something like you have to practice, and it's a skill that wrestlers have to learn when it comes to good promos. There are some wrestlers that can do it flawlessly, and there's some that just need extra practice. So if Apollo Crews straightens up his mic skills a bit and be authentic and try not too hard, then I can see him succeeding. Okay, I'm just looking at the comments here, and we we are 5 minutes away from completing on the first hour of Friday Night Smackdown. So this has been a really fun night, and I'm happy to be with all of you. But feel free to put in the chat, like, what do you think Kevin Owens is going to say in his promo? I'm very, excuse me, I'm very curious on what's he going to say. So only time will tell, and I'm just waiting for the commercials to end so we can see Kevin Owens come to the ring. So yeah, I feel like commercials take a little bit longer, and it can get a little bit annoying because it's like you want to see what happens next, but the commercials really just like it's like the anticipation's killing me. Like, play SmackDown already. So just waiting for the commercials to be over so we can all anticipate Kevin Owens come out to the ring. But as you know, it's Friday. It's Friday Night Smackdown, and so far it's been a solid SmackDown. And if you are joining tonight, we kicked off with a U.S. title match between LA Knight and Andrade. And of course, our U.S. champion, LA Knight, retained his title, so he gets to enjoy that. We did see a few backstage promos between Miss Money in the Bank, Tiffany Stratton, and Queen Nia Jax, along with Andrade and Carmelo Hayes, which their rivalry is way far from over. Also, we saw the promo between Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes, along with Giovanni Da Vinci and his match against Apollo Crews, which Apollo Crews won again. So lots happened. And as I mentioned earlier, people are mentioning about Saturday night's main event. As I mentioned earlier, tickets are on sale now. So if you live near the Long Island area, and if you want to attend this, make sure to get your tickets now because I do have a gut feeling it's going to sell out very quick. So a lot is happening. A lot is happening, and it's always good to see Saturday night's main event back on TV again. So, and here comes Kevin Owens, and he's really ready to make the entrance of the ring, trying to get his thoughts together on what he saw in the promo, the exchange between Roman Reigns, the original tribal chief, and Cody Rhodes. So we get to hear his thoughts, what's he thinking, and how does he feel about them teaming up together to face off against the Team New Bloodline. Which, if you missed it earlier, the new Team New Bloodline actually made a little of a wrecking point when going through security. So God knows what other chaos they have lined up, and also they do have the WWE Tag Team titles on their back pocket. So let's see what Kevin Owens is coming to the ring, and curious what he has to say. And also, we are if WWE brings a women's mid-card championship in the main roster, who should be that's really interesting. And I'll get back to your question on that, Bobby. But right now, we are going to hear from Mr. Kevin Owens on his thoughts a couple minutes ago. So let's see what Kevin has to say. Oh, and just when Kevin Owens was going to say something, here comes Tamatanga. Oh, the Team New Bloodline. Tamatanga, Jacob Fatu. Let's see what they have to say. It's interesting they came out with Tamatonga's music. That was interesting. See, I said this earlier. I know they're the tag team champions, but I would love to see a tag team, and this should have happened a couple weeks ago. A tag team should be challenging these guys. I mean, I don't mind if it's either Street Profits or DIY because they got attacked by the Bloodline a couple weeks ago, and I'm an advocate for tag team wrestling, but I just would love to see a tag team just enter in the fray with the Bloodline and actually make it a memorable storyline. Well, I give credit to Kevin Owens. He wants to fight, but it would be nice to see like Kevin having a stare down too. I can see a match between Jacob and Kevin Owens. That could be a really good physical match. Oh, here comes. Oh, and I just said it too. Here comes DIY. Jump, jump, Johnny Wrestling. I just love those guys. I love to see those guys. Good. It's nice to see some. It's nice to see DIY enter the fray. One thing about DIY, they don't back down from a fight. And if you have seen their matches on NXT, especially when they have rivalry with each other, woo! But I'm here for this. I'm here for DIY. They don't want to back down. That's the thing I love about it. And here comes Nick Aldis. He's trying to restore order. It looks like Nick Aldis is making a match. I feel like he's the one that has so much balls to handle. In the main event, I guess. So Nick Aldis just made a match, and I think he said it, which that really sucks because I really wanted the ladies to take that main event spot. But for the main event, it will be Kevin Owens teaming up with DIY to take on the Bloodline, and it's finally nice to see a tag team be in the main event spot, challenge the Bloodline, considering they are the tag team champions. And it's just, I really want them to be in a good rivalry. And here we see it. Uh, they're showing a little backstage action between them. Well, it looks like up next is the ladies. And also, we are in hour number 2 of Friday Night SmackDown. This is Courtney Rice, WWT's PR and media princess, and I'm filling in for my WWT sister, Honey, tonight. Normally, you would see me on Wednesday nights doing All Elite Wednesday, but I'm going to be doing a special edition, and I do want to thank everyone for joining this watch along. So I want to make sure I don't miss anybody. I definitely want to thank Boza. I want to thank Anthony, Honey's dad, for supporting tonight. Of course, Sindel, she's a regular. Hassan Tahir, Bobby, and I wanted to make sure I didn't miss anybody. But thank you all for joining tonight's watch along. I'm really excited. And right now it's the tag team tornado tag match, and we are in the final hour of SmackDown. So I'm very eager to get this match started. And also, they're showing the promo for Monday Night Raw, which you guys already know. Next Monday, Jey Uso, he's facing off against Braun Breaker for the Intercontinental title, and that is going to be a good match. And I'm excited to see what's going to happen. And also, Drew McIntyre will be making his return. So I'm curious on what he's going to say on Monday night after what CM Punk said this past Monday. So only time will tell. I'm excited, and that that is going to be good to know. So if you are joining tonight, we got a lot of good action tonight on SmackDown, especially a week after their season premiere. Because, well, like me and everybody else, we thought it was going to be 3 hours of SmackDowns, but fortunately, it was 2 hours, and we got gypped. Unfortunately, so at least tonight there was a makeup for it, but we did have some matches. We had LA Knight taking on Andrade for the US Championship. LA Knight retained his title. We did see some backstage action between Andrade and Carmelo Hayes, and their rivalry is way far from over. We also got to see Giovanni Da Vinci back in the ring with Apollo Crews. Apollo Crews took out a victory. Of course, oh, excuse me, we saw that anticipated promo between Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes. And like I said, I give kudos to the video protection people within WWE who did that incredible promo. And the background music just aligned up with well. So I give kudos to that whole production staff for their time, commitment on making that happen. We also got to hear from Kevin Owens on how he felt. And then, of course, Team New Bloodline, they try to come out and beat up Kevin Owens, but thankfully, as my wish came, I'm happy to see at least a tag team step up and be in the front in the picture with the Bloodline. So Nick Aldis came out, and we have a six-man tag team match. It's going to be Kevin Owens and DIY taking on Team New Bloodline, and like I said, it's just nice to see at least a tag team be in that picture. I didn't care if it was DIY or the Street Profits. I'm just happy to see a legit tag team, and especially them stepping up to the plate against a Bloodline, considering they are holding the tag team champion. So I would like to see a good, solid rivalry. And as you know me, I'm a huge advocate when it comes to tag team wrestling. Don't care if it's WWE, AEW, TNA, whatever wrestling promotion, I am big on tag team wrestling, and they deserve a chance to shine on the national spotlight. So we are anticipating. So we are just anticipating this tornado tag team match with four of SmackDown's top ladies. So I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting for SmackDown to come back because I feel like these commercials take forever to. I'm just waiting for these commercials to end and just get to the match. But we are in the final hour of SmackDown. I can't believe it. It's already happened. So we're just anticipating this women's tornado tag team match. So Michael Cole's talking about Sacramento. And also, it is a homecoming for Bailey because even though even though she is not far from her, she is from California, so this is kind of like a slight homecoming for her since she is from the Bay. And a little known fact, if you don't watch football, her team is the 49ers. And one of the players in the 49ers, George Kittle, was at WrestleMania 40 in Philly, and he was actually excited that Bailey won the women's title. He was jumping for joy and eager. So that's a little known fact. So they're just doing the promo for Backlash. Yeah, I was still like confused on this Morgan picture where it has like lightning coming out of his eye. I'm like, it's trying to be like a little. Is it supposed to be eye catching or shocking? I don't know. All right, so Nia Jax and Tiffany Stratton are in the ring, and they are just waiting for their opponent. So this is going to be a nice tag team match between Naomi and Bailey, and I'm looking forward to see this because this is women's wrestling talk, and we advocate for the ladies for all wrestling promotions. So it's nice to see some of the ladies in the forefront, which I'm kind of bummed because I really thought this was going to be the main event, but I thought this was going to be the main event, but I'm okay with that. All right. Who would be your choices of being first ever women's mid card championship? Ooh, that's really interesting. There's actually so many I'd probably choose from. There's a lot I would probably choose from. But if I had to pick, I mean, Bobby, you already picked one of my choices. Chelsea Green, definitely. I wouldn't mind seeing her as mid card champion. Zelina Vega could be another option. Lyra Valkyria could be another option. Zoe Starks is another good option I would pick. Shayna Baszler. Those are a few of my picks that I think would be great as like a women's mid card championship. And especially I could imagine some of the rivalries. Or I'll throw in another one. Piper Niven could be a nice good one. I think Nick added the Texas tornado stipulation more because he wasn't happy with our queen wanted to win the stipulation. Well, that is true. I mean, she's gonna have to spend it. I don't know against who, but Kansas, yes, Kansas LeRae, the poison pixie. I can't forget about her. And I'm kind of sad with the poor booking because I was definitely rooting for Kansas to have a run, but I still think that she's gonna have a good run, Kansas LeRae. And here, and also, we are kicking off this tornado tag team match between four of SmackDown's top ladies, and it looks like Bailey and Naomi are getting the upper hand here. It's their good teamwork. Okay. They're trying to double team Nia Jax. They're trying to double team Tiffany. Ooh. Well, if this is a Texas tornado match, I would not be shocked to see a lot of weapons in this match. Because come on, you gotta include weapons in the match if it's a Texas tornado tag team match. There you go. Ooh, double nice combination by Bayley and Naomi. Look at this double clothesline. Oh, whoa! It looks like there was a kind of an interesting stare down between Naomi and Bayley because both of them wanted to pick the queen. Okay. Ooh, that's why she's queen of the ring, Nia Jax, because of that power. Ooh, nice tag team action between the Queen and Princess Tiffany. I'm kind of happy this is going in picture picture. Well, even those commercials, the match is still going on. So seeing that they're trying to get, they have. It looks like Tiffany and I are having a hand on Bailey and Naomi. And also feel free to put in the chat on who do you think is going to win this tag team. Actually, no, let me rephrase that. Who do you think is going to leave SmackDown tonight? Feel free to put your picks in the comments. I want to hear from everybody. I'm very curious to know who do you think is going to leave SmackDown. Ooh, double team by Queen and Princess Tiffany. Nia, she's looking. Ooh. She just looks like she's mimicking Naomi. Queen Nia. And Naomi's trying to show some offense. Ooh, nice move. 1, 2, kick out by Nia. So Tiffany and Bailey are outside the ring. Actually, I would not be shocked if this match ended in shenanigans. Bailey and Naomi team wins and Tiffany. Well, that could be interesting if Tiffany Stratton loses because she was just starting to cook up on SmackDown, but we shall see. 2, kick out by Bailey. Nia Jax took Naomi into the ring post, and she's laid out. Oof. Headbutt by Nia Jax. Or should I say, Queen Nia? She is queen. She's queen of the ring, and she's a WWE Women's Champion. Nice nice teamwork by Nia and Tiffany. 1, 2. Bailey. I just hope this match is a solid, good match, and like it doesn't feel too rushed about it. Tiffany showing her athleticism because she did take gymnastics. Little facts, though. She's showing her athleticism side. 1, 2, kick out by Bailey. Naomi tried to make the save. All right, Nia, she's outside the ring. Tiffany threw Naomi outside of the ring. I hope they bring out some weapons during this match because, like I said, it's the Texas Tornado Tag Team match. You gotta have some weapons during these kinds of matches. Like, it can't just be a match without. You gotta at least have something. All right, back live on SmackDown. All 4 ladies are outside the ring. Okay, oh my goodness. Naomi gave a kick to Nia Jax in the head. Oh, and Tiffany. Bailey. She has Tiffany. Oh, she took Tiffany again. And Tiffany's laid out. Ooh, seeing some teamwork between Naomi and Bailey. The fans love Bailey. I feel like anytime she comes out, fans be chanting Bailey, Bailey. Clothesline by Tiffany Stratton. Oof. Naomi's grabbing what? Oh my goodness. Don't be shocked if Naomi and Bailey try to grab each other. Because, like I said, whoever's the winner, whoever wins, the winner gets a shot at Nia Jax's women's championship. So there's a lot hanging in the balance. LA Knight, yeah, he's having a great reign as US champion. Hopefully, he continues that and makes it a little bit longer. But look at Bailey. Bailey's going back to the match, a tag team match. Ooh, tag team action, teamwork action by Bailey and Naomi, taking out Nia Jax. There is a lot of high stakes in this match. Ooh, Nia Jax. Is she? Oh man, it looks like Nia is going for the Annihilator. Bailey's up on her feet. Yeah, they're doing a double team. That's the best way to do to lay out Nia Jax. And look, Tiffany. Let's see. Leg. Oh my goodness. Um. Oh, double count out. Double kick out, I should say. Ooh, she Bailey kicked Nia Jackson head. The fans are really getting behind Bailey. They are getting behind her. And it's nice she still has respect from the fans after all these years. Even when she was a heel, when it was damage control, the fans were still going nuts for her. Let's see. Ooh, she 5 arms away. And look at Tiffany. Watch it. Oh my goodness! Tiffany! She took out her own partner! Oh no! My goodness. Uh-oh. Tiffany's trapped. Yeah, they expect to you well. But who's gonna get the pin? Oh, Samoan's drop. What? Wait, what? I'm lost here. Who got the win? So it looks like, yeah, who did win? I mean, I know Naomi and Bailey won, but who did win? I mean, the queen, she's upset, but uh-oh. They painted themselves into a corner with this stipulation. They couldn't lose Bailey and Naomi, but who would get? Yeah, I think possibly. I mean, you have two of your top women's wrestlers on SmackDown, considering Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill are the women's tag team champions. So it would not be. It would be a little wrong to lose both of them. But after which that finish was a little bit crazy. But we still don't know who's going to face Queen Naya, and it's a possibility it may be a triple threat. And also, if it is, watch out for Tiffany Stratton because there's a possibility she may cash it in, but only time will tell. So it looks like Bailey and Naomi are staying on SmackDown, but we still don't know who's gonna face the Queen. No, you weren't rude with it. It was just, I was kind of a bit baffled by that too. But it was just like, hmm. So I think, like I said, I wouldn't be shocked next week if there was a number one contenders match between Bailey and Naomi. So only time will tell, and we shall see. But after a tag team match, we are shifting gears to the main event, which I'm excited to see a tag team within the tag team division be involved in this. Kevin Owens and DIY taking on Team New Bloodline. Tamatanga, Tawa Aloa, and Jacob Fatu. So that's going to be a fun main event, and I'm actually excited for this one, considering it's good that other tag teams in the tag team division are getting exposure, and also they want to show because Team New Bloodline may be the tag team champions, and you may think you run the tag team division, but you got some tag teams that you actually beat up for no reason that want a piece of y'all and they're not backing down. So I give kudos to DIY for stepping up to the plate. And I'm excited. I'm on board. And I'm just waiting for the commercial to end because we're about to get ready for the main event. And just to let you know, this is Courtney, WWT's PR and Media Princess. I'm also a correspondent exclusively for AEW. Normally, you would see me on Wednesday nights doing a watch along for AEW Dynamite, but I'm filling in for my WWT sister Honey tonight for Friday Night Smackdown. And thank you guys for joining me. This has been a really good, solid episode. I will say this was better than last week's season premiere because last week everybody got gypped because we all thought it was going to be 3 hours. So this this actually, I will say, they redeemed themselves this week because it was a very good, solid episode, especially a week after the season premiere. And Bobby, thank you so much. I try to do the best I can, but I'm just waiting for these commercials to end because we got a main event that we have to watch. So I'm really excited, and thank you to everybody that's been joining on tonight's edition of Friday Night Smackdown. It is shaping on the road. We're on the road to Bad Blood, and it's shaping up to be good. And also, there'll be more matches to come in the coming weeks. 2 weeks from tomorrow, October 5th, Bad Blood is returning to Atlanta, Georgia. And if you missed it, and if you're in New York City area, and especially in Long Island, tickets are on sale now for Saturday night's main event. So if you're in the area, you want to check it out live in person, feel free to do that because it's gonna sell out super quick. So just a friendly reminder, if you're in the Long Island, New York area, tickets are on sale now for Saturday night's main event. So we're getting ready for this main event. Oh wow. So they just showed the stats up and in 2024. So this is the 39th in TV sellout, 56 events sellout so far in 2024. That is insane. And of course, they're showing signs from tonight's show, which I actually like to see because people are so creative. People are so creative on there. I'm a coal miner, a sign of showing love to Michael Cole. That would be funny if they should. Now, I want to see a sign devoted to Corey Graves, and if I do see that, I'll be a happy camper. And oh, Miss Chelsea, what is Chelsea doing? I would not be shocked if me, Chin, and Chelsea had a dumpster match. Chelsea. My God. So 2 weeks. Wow. Breaking news, my friends. 2 weeks from tonight in Nashville, it'll be the first ever women's dumpster match between Me Chin, and Chelsea Green. And I think Michael Cole is eagerly wanting Chelsea Green to be thrown in a dumpster. And part 5 next Friday, Andrade versus Carmelo Hayes. And trust me, there was a lot of bad blood. Oh, let's see what Nick Aldis has to say between Bailey and Naomi. So Nick Aldis made the match. Next week, #1 contenders match, Bailey versus Naomi. And so the winner goes to Bad Blood. But this has been a solid episode. But going back to my point regarding the dumpster match between Chelsea Green, I think Michael Cole is eager. I think he's eager to see Chelsea Green being thrown into a dumpster. I'm okay with that. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. And we are getting ready for our main event. And of course, we got the wonderful Kevin Owens. The last dumpster match I remembered was the New Age Outlaws. Yep, yep. That was an interesting match. That was the last dumpster match. But also that was the last dumpster match. But also, um, since I watch AEW, there's a little nugget. There was actually a dumpster match on AEW against the Acclaimed and the Guns. Oh, wait a minute. So we're seeing Team New Bloodline, and they just put out DIY. So it's like Kevin Owens knew, but you know what? If DIY doesn't want to come out, you go get the Street Profits. I know there's some are lurking. Well, I mean, if it's the Street Profits. I mean, they took out DIY, that kind of stuff. I do give credit to Kevin Owens. That was tough. Yeah, they probably knew that they were gunning for them. Oh, here comes the yeah, the Street Profits. Well, hey, either DIY or the Street Profits, I'll be happy. Well, at least they got partners. Ooh. So going to your point, Anthony, regarding the dumpster match, the recent dumpster match I saw on AEW was actually the Acclaimed taking on Austin and Colton Gunn, which they're also sons to Billy Gunn. So that was actually a full circle moment. The Acclaimed wrestling with Billy Gunn's son in that dumpster match. So that was pretty cool to see. So that was a little team FYI. DIY was red. Of course, profits were gonna join. They had to go to. Well, that is true, but I will say it's nice to see tag teams entering the friction with the bloodline because remember they are the tag team champions. So trust me, between the bloodline, DIY, and the Street Profits, this is far from over. And going back, Bosa, to your point, the bloodline did come into NXT a couple weeks ago, and they did take out not only the Profits, but they also took out Nate and Axum. And plus, I would not be shocked if you see the NXT tag team champions wanting some revenge. So only time will tell. Bobby, that is true. We are seeing tag teams on AEW as well. But if you want to see my watch along on Wednesday, and if you have not watched it the last 2 weeks, you will be hearing my say about the tag team division within AEW because I have a very interesting lot to say, and I had made a bold prediction that I did say that the Young Bucks are going to drop the titles at Full Gear. That is my bold prediction, and I'm sticking by with it. Okay, and also, Bobby, you answered your thoughts on Yuka Sakakatsu being the next challenger for. I don't have a problem with it. It's just I wish it was a little more developed. I know they're trying to get Mariah going against Nina on Wrestle Dream, but it just would have been nice if it would have been developed a little bit further. Because I feel like this was a little rushed. Because yes, I'm happy she does get a title shot at Grand Slam, but I just feel like it's a little bit rushed. Because I just wish the storyline was developed a little bit further. And also, I don't think her rivalry with Queen Amanana and Mariah May is far from over, considering Mariah May almost tried to take out one of her good friends, Sky Blue, at All Out. So I think it's far from over between Yuka, but I don't think it's far from over between Queen Amanada and Mariah May because I feel like they do have some friction in there. Yeah, it was really awesome. It was really awesome to see that. I got to see a clip of it, and it was a really good match. It was really, really good. And it's on YouTube right now. And also, just a little facts about the match. Anthony Bowens actually wore gear in as a tribute to Billy Gunn because you would see the Mr. Ass tights on Billy Gunn. Well, instead of that, he actually had like the colors that did align with Billy Gunn's gear when he was with the New Age Outlaws. So that was pretty awesome as well. Hi, Hassan. Thank you for joining us. And if you're catching up to speed, wish Chelsea Green. I know, I wish he was too, but I wouldn't mind seeing them because I mean we could see two women's actually not one, not two, but three women's matches. And here in WWT Live, we support all the ladies in professional wrestling. So I would not complain if there was three women's matches, but only time will tell. Queen Amanana. Well, that is true. She could be in it with Serena Deeb as well, but I still think she's gonna have that feud with Mariah May sooner than later. But we are here to our Team New Bloodline taking on. It was supposed to be Kevin Owens and DIY, but unfortunately, Team New Bloodline attacked them backstage, and now Kevin Owens got some help from the Street Profits, and I'm in for this. And plus, like I said, I'm an advocate for tag team wrestling. I am happy tag teams are putting into the main event fray, considering Team New Bloodline is the tag team champions. I mean, I know they think they run SmackDown, they run the tag team division, they want to wipe off the floor at everybody, but it's nice to see teams like the Street Profits and DIY stepping up to the plate after getting bamboozled week after week after week. And I'm all in for that. and I really want to see a really good, solid tag team rivalry between all those teams. DIY, excuse me, the Street Profits and Team New Bloodline. Like, I am in on that. So, we're kicking off with the tag team match. Kevin Owens. All right, tagging in Montez Ford. Okay, so Montez Ford is showing some offense. They're chanting OTC, Original Tribal Chief, for Roman Reigns. So, I mean, they really want to see Mr. Roman Reigns. That's not bad. Well, here comes Jacob Fatu. Here comes Jacob Fatu, and he's putting a stomping on Montez Ford. Yeah, we haven't seen Shinsuke Nakamura on TV for a while, and hopefully we see him in the near future. Ooh, that has to hurt for Montez Ford. Yeah, that's Tamatonga. Yeah, Tamatonga. Of course, he wants to talk a little bit of trash. Taking out Montez Ford. But at least Michael Cole is showing like the accolades the Tonga brothers have like outside of WWE. At least they're showing like recognition on that because they were in New Japan Pro Wrestling with the Bullet Club, if you guys remember. So it's nice that they're recognizing their accomplishments within that mark. Ooh, I'm just laughing at Courtney Graves' commentary because it's like I'm just looking at Corey Graves because he's like freaking out saying, "Could you imagine Jacob Fatu?" Dawkins. Dawkins does have really good athleticism, especially for a big guy that's tall. He's got some good athleticism. Ooh, kicked by Jacob Fatu. Ooh, headbutt. Yeah, that's the thing. Where has Sola Sokoa been? I mean, we talked about the Team New Bloodline all day. Where's their leader? He's supposed to be a leader. You'll notice himself by Jacob Fatu. And now they're getting into commercial. Hopefully, this is the last commercial. But this is the last commercial. Hopefully, this is the last commercial. But it has been a solid good main event so far between Kevin Owens and the Street Profits against Team New Bloodline. And the road to bad blood is starting to heat up a bit on SmackDown. It's going to continue not just on SmackDown, but also on Monday Night Raw, where it's going to be super exciting because, as you know, Monday, Jey Uso has a shot against Braun Breaker for the Intercontinental Championship. And that is going to be a good match to have. We also know Drew McIntyre is making his return on Raw, and curious what he has to say about to CM Punk ahead of their highly anticipated Hell in a Cell match. So, Bad Blood back in Hotlanta is going to be good. 2 weeks from tomorrow. I'm excited for Bad Blood. I am super excited, but I'm waiting for this one commercial. So I'm waiting for these commercials to end because the moonsault Jacob Fatu did was insane. I feel like that guy is going to be a mega star in the coming years. He has the tools, he has everything else needed. He's going to be a star. And also, like I said, I want to thank everybody for joining on this special edition of Honeynight Smackdown with WWT's media and PR princess Courtney Rice. Normally, I would be doing watch alongs on Wednesday night for AEW Dynamite, but I'm filling in for my sister Honey tonight on SmackDown, and I am super excited to do it with all of you on a Friday night. But I just want to thank you guys again for joining. I'm just waiting for these commercials to kick in so we can get started. I liked having you. Oh, thank you, Bobby. It's been really fun, and these 2 hours went by so quickly. And I have to say, this has been a solid SmackDown episode. Comparing to last week, it's super, super solid. And there's going to be more wrestling to come. And also, the first weekend, we don't have a premium live event this weekend. But there's more wrestling to come because, of course, after SmackDown, you get to head over to AEW Rampage, which is at 10 o'clock on TNT, which is on TNT at 10 o'clock. Tomorrow night on TNT, you'll be catching AEW Collision on Saturday night at 8 p.m. And of course, you have Monday Night Raw, Tuesday NXT, and then on Wednesday, it's AEW Grand Slam. So there's a lot of wrestling on TV that's happening in a couple days. And also, if you're a football fan, of course, you can't forget about NFL action on Sunday, Monday Night Football. And also, I would recommend because if, and you don't have to be a wrestling fan, get a chance to watch the NFL film special, which featured Tony Khan, because a lot of people know him as the owner of AEW, but they do not know that he's also the chief football strategy officer of the Jacksonville Jaguars. So feel free to take a clip because it was actually on the few days after he got pile drive by the Young Bucks, and then he had to show up to work for the NFL draft with the Jacksonville Jaguars. So it's nice to have that little bit of behind the scenes. So feel free to take a look at that during the weekend. And switching gears as we get ready for our continuing our main event with Team New Bloodline against the Street Profits and Kevin Owens. So crowd's trying to rally behind Dawkins. Okay. Ooh, I will say a guy who's that tall and that big, he's got some really good athleticism. And there comes Jacob Fatu. Ooh, that man's like a wrecking ball. He's like a wrecking ball. But as earlier, I noticed their so-called leader, or as he calls himself, the tribal chief, is not even at ringside because usually he would be out at ringside in all the bloodlines matches. So I'm curious as to why he's not at this one in particular. I know he did get embarrassed last week, but come on. You're supposed to be the leader and you're leading by example. And that's not leadership, my friend. All right. Ooh, Dawson's a little staggered. Jacob Fatu. Ooh, he ate some of the ring post. Kevin Owens and Montez Ford trying to get the fans behind him. They're trying to rally around Dawkins to make the tag. Who's he going to tag? His tag team partner, Montez Ford. Ooh, crossbody. Montez Ford is not messing around. I know Bianca Belair is proud of her husband doing his thing in the tag team division. He's And Montez Ford is fired up, my friends. Ooh, ooh, nice agility. That was a kick. Ooh, drop it. Cover, kick out. Okay. Ooh, landed on his feet. Yep, Tama Tonga. Kevin Owens, he's like a wrecking ball. He's taking out everybody. Kevin Owens. That's what I want to see. I want to see the fighter Kevin Owens because he don't care. He'll take out anybody. Did the suck it 5-star block splash? That's because Solo. That is true. Yeah, because usually that's not what Tribal Chief did. Sorry, I'm getting a kick out of Kevin Owens doing his homage to DX. Here we go, Kevin Owens. He's on the top rope. What's he gonna do? Swanton bomb. One, two, three. Ooh, Dawkins and pick up a two on the outside. All right, Kevin Owens. What's he gonna do? He's on the top rope. All right, Tomatonga. Kevin Owens are battling with each other. All right, Kevin Owens. Ooh, superplex. Tomatonga. This is actually a really good solid main event. I'm happy some of the tag teams within the tag team division are entering the fray of this because considering Team New Bloodline has a tag team title, so it makes obvious sense. See Kevin Owens. And the fans are chanting, "This is awesome." Oh, he's going for the stunner. Nope. Tawatonga. Stunner. Is this is it? One, two. Jeez. This ended. Well, apparently this ended like in a no disqualification. This is far from over. It looks like Montez Ford. He's fired up. Which I love to see. And I know Bianca Belair is they want the smoke. Ooh, ooh, check out. I would not be shocked if the match because I feel like the match with I feel like this whole thing with the main event, and if you want to include DIY, this is far from over. They want to take out Kevin Owens. They want to take out the Street Profits. Yeah, Team New Bloodline doesn't want you. And where's your leader? Where is your leader? Actually, where's Randy been? Kevin Owens, he's not giving. That's the one thing I keep like about Kevin Owens. He doesn't want to end a fight. He doesn't want to give up. Oh my goodness. They have Montez Ford. Oh boy. Ooh, destroyed Montez Ford. Well, it's interesting. Where's their leader? It's like Team New Bloodline. They decimated DIY, the Street Profits, Kevin Owens. They just decimated pretty much two of the top tag teams. But, well, trust me. Well, here these guys are. DIY. I didn't think they would come out. But it's good that, like I said, it's good that some of the tag teams are coming out here. I know they're not at 100%. You know what? Ooh, Jacob, ooh, kicked out, ooh, Champa and Johnny Wrestling. I mean, you pretty much took out two of the top tag teams in the division. Kevin Owens, well, Kevin Owens still has a fighting left. You're not man. They just, yeah, trust me, the chaos ain't gonna end there. They took out security guard earlier today. They took out DIY, the Street Profits, and now they're taking out Kevin Owens. It's like, what? Hold on, let me see. Who's that? Oh, Cody Rhodes. Cody? I did not think Cody was gonna show up. I thought Roman Reigns, he was fine. But you know, it's funny because the Bloodline wants to send a message to the entire SmackDown roster. There are some people in the roster that are not afraid of the Bloodline. Like we've seen it, especially with the Street Profits, DIY. They don't want to back down for the Bloodline. Of course, you had Kevin Owens, Cody Rhodes. Uh-oh. And Kevin Owens has a chair. What's he gonna do here? What's he gonna do here? Is he gonna hit him with the steel chair? Because I think he'd probably make a heel turn after Bad Blood. Too soon. I don't know what's gonna. Cody's trying to shake Kevin's hand, but I think after seeing the footage with him and Roman, it's well, if you see the look on Kevin's face, you know it's gonna be a slow heel turn that's gonna cook. So I would not be shocked if it happened after Bad Blood, but only time will tell. Only time will tell. But I was shocked to see Cody Rhodes. I thought Cody was not going to show up. But I will say this has been a solid episode of SmackDown after an interesting season premiere last week. We saw some many matches, match chaos on the road leading to Bad Blood. This is Courtney Rice, WWT's PR and Media Princess. I'm filling in for my sister Honey tonight for Honeynight Smackdown, and this has been an absolute pleasure to be with all of you. I'm very excited. So before I go, I just want to thank everybody for tonight. I want to thank Boza, Anthony, Honey's dad, for joining the show, Sindel, Hassan, Bobby. I'm trying to make sure I didn't forget anybody. I'm just looking through. Swag Kid, thank you for joining the show tonight. Thank you, guys. Thank you guys for joining tonight's show on SmackDown. And Honey will be back next week to fulfill her role on Honeynight Smackdown, and she has a really good Smackdown for next week and in 2 weeks in Nashville. So have a good night, everybody, and I will see you. Oh, and before I forget, if you would like to follow me, make sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram on at CourtneyNJ11, where I don't have updates where it's just wrestling. But feel free to follow me on my latest adventures after pageantry. And I do have a lot of events happening coming up. You can also catch me here on WWT Live Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And also don't miss out on All Elite Wednesday, where I'll be doing my watch along on AEW Dynamite. And also, it's going to be a good Dynamite because this upcoming Wednesday is Grand Slam and you don't want to miss it. So, happy Friday, my friends. Enjoy your weekend, and I will see you next Wednesday. Bye.